So earlier in our class, we saw a different type of memory, like flash memory. That's the place where the operating system is kept, from where a copy of the operating system is taken, decompressed, and it gets loaded to DRAM, dynamic RAM. DRAM is volatile. On the way to DRAM, it also checks NVRAM. NVRAM is the location where our previous configurations are saved. If there is any previous configuration available, it loads those configuration to DRAM so that when we start using our router, it will be a continuation of where we left in the previous class. Sorry, in previous state. So whatever you configured in the previous day on a router, it gets loaded to you when you turn on it today. So the saved configurations are in NVRAM. DRAM is volatile, so it cannot be saved in DRAM. NVRAM, as the name says, it's non-volatile. Non-volatile. NVRAM is non-volatile. Now, for example, I'm just taking a router, and I'm very sure, you see, it loads the operating system to DRAM now, and because the NVRAM is empty, because I have not configured anything so far, the NVRAM is empty. As a result, this question will come. It'll ask me a question. Continue with configuration dialog. We say no here, so that you will have the privilege of configuring only those things that you want to configure. If I would have said S, then I need to go through a template. There will be a lot of questions, and we need to answer one after the other, even if you don't like. So avoid using S. All right, now we have come to the important portion of understanding Cisco iOS command line interface. See, this is called iOS, Internet Operating System command line interface. Now, this is the mode. There are many modes in router as well as in switch. This one, we call it as user mode. User mode. The reason is, this is the place where authentication will happen if I enable authentication. If you see router greater than symbol, this symbol, this symbol soon after the host name, if you see the symbol, then you are in the router, in the user mode. User mode. Whenever you see this greater than symbol next to the, immediately next to the host name, sorry, yep, correct, this is what called as host name. The default host name is router. I remember yesterday I changed into heaven. So if you see greater than symbol immediately after router, we are in the user mode. Why it is called as user mode? Because if authentication is enabled, this is where it will ask you the password. After you give the password, only then you will be able to see this mode. Only a genuine user can see this mode, very first mode. So the name for this mode itself is user mode, which means he's a user. He has successfully got authenticated. See, authentication is right now not enabled. If enabled, for example, you see, I have enabled password. Now let's turn off the router and I turn it on. See, this time it won't ask me question because I have saved something on NVRAM. You see, it's not asking me question. Continue with dialog. But look at this. It is not showing me the user mode. It is not showing me the user mode. Why? You need to face this challenge. You have to answer this question. What is the password? I remember I gave password 1, 2, 3. Actually, I have typed 1, 2, 3. But it won't even give a clue to the people at the back, like how many characters are my password. See again. 1, 2, 3. Boom. I'm inside. This is what called as user mode. Only a user who knows the password is a user can see the mode. Now, in this mode, you cannot do anything great. In this mode, you can see only the statistics of the router. In this mode, you can only uh, put some show commands. You can put some show commands and verify very few things. In this mode, you won't have anything big. So, if you wish to see the configuration done on this router, all configuration, not just a portion. If you wish to see the complete configuration of the router, you will not be able to see that from here. That's why I said it will just show you the statistics. For example, I can check from here, I can check whether I can ping someone. I can ping from here to someone by typing this command ping, but I don't have any routers configured. Wait, let me take an existing topology. You remember the other day we did a lab. So let me take that. This lab we did. I put some configuration in this. Right, I'm inside the router now. I'm in the user mode. From the user mode, I can see what all network this router can reach by typing show IP route. You see, the command works. The command works. So in the user mode, the command works. But there are other commands which I use in different mode will not work here. That is why I said this has got some limited limited show commands. For example, you see, I say show and put question mark. I see few commands after show that I can use in this mode. After show, these are all the commands that are available. In this, for example, if you see show running configuration, do you see the command running? No. There is no command called running. Show running configuration or show startup configuration. Those commands are to see the configurations that are in DRAM and NVRAM. Show running configuration. You see that command is not available. Not available. Unavailable. So user mode is a place where you can have limited show commands. You can check the statistics of the router. Means what this router can do. This router can reach these two networks that I can see. I can also say show IP interface brief. Show me all the interfaces in a brief manner. I can see that this router has got IP address on these two interface F00 and F01. I can also see the statistics that the interface is up, the status is up, the protocol is up. See, you cannot do any configuration from here, but you can see some configurations that you have done in the past. Few show commands work here. And this is what called as user mode, router greater than symbol. Now, if you want to see the complete configuration that is done on this router, complete, then you need to type this command enable. You see, you don't need to even type this complete enable. If you type en and press tab button, can you locate tab button in your keyboard? Tab, not the space bar. I'm talking about the tab button, which is above the caps lock. Above the caps lock. Shift, above shift is caps. Above caps lock is tab. So when you press the tab button, it completes the remaining characters. Yeah. And hit enter. Boom. And you see the mode changes the symbol. From greater than symbol, it has changed to hash symbol. This is what called as privilege mode. See, this is user mode. And when you type enable, you're enabling a mode called privilege mode. Some will call it as enable mode because they are using the keyword enable. They call this as enable mode. It is okay. But this is actually called as privilege mode because you got the privilege of seeing, you see, show run, it works. This command was not earlier, it's seen when we check in user mode, you were not able to see. See, you got more commands in this, see too many commands, and you see running configuration, startup configuration. These configurations, these commands were not available there. So when you type show running configuration, it will show you all that is there inside the DRAM. What you will see in DRAM, everything. In DRAM, we will see everything. You see, in DRAM, you can see that the version is 12.4 and the host name is router, and IPsec is enabled. We'll talk about that later. Spanning tree, prevalent spanning tree, and you got the interface F00 with this IP address, and you got F01 with this IP. The complete skeleton of the operating system is visible from this mode. That is why it is privilege mode. But in this mode also you cannot configure anything. You got the privilege of viewing everything that is configured on this router, but you don't have the privilege of configuring. Yeah, configuration is not possible. Okay, before that, I would like to explain you the difference between the running configuration and the startup configuration. In the previous class, I told you there is two locations, one is NVRAM and another one is DRAM. NVRAM is the place where whatever we saved will be placed. For example, you see, I'm giving a host name here, John. I named this as John, the router's name is John, and now when I type show running, it will be there. Why? Running is a DRAM, dynamic RAM. It's a volatile one. It will get erased if I don't save. This name will get erased if I reload the router. See, the name John is seen here. When I type show running, it's just a temporary buffer, no? So it will show you what I configured. But when I type, you see the name is also changed. But when I type show startup configuration, because I have not saved so far, there it will be old name only. Oh, nothing is there present. I did not save. It says you did not copy, you did not save anything. Startup configuration is not present. It's okay. I'm going to save now. Copy from the running configuration to the startup configuration. I did it. Now if you say show startup configuration, you will find John there. You see in NVRAM. Now when I type running also, you will see John there. Now what we'll do, I'll change the name to host name Andrew. This change is made only in DRAM now because I did not save in NVRAM. Now let me type show startup configuration to see what NVRAM. You see there it is still John, but we already changed to Andrew. What do you understand from this? When you type running, it shows Andrew, but when you type startup, it shows John. What do you understand from this? You see that startup configuration is only having those things that are saved. Running configuration shows the things that you currently configured. Running configuration is DRAM. It's a temporary memory. It's a buffer. It's a buffer where the data are temporarily kept. So when you type show running, it fetches from DRAM only those things that are seen under show startup configuration is guaranteed for the next reload. Whatever you see under the running configuration may not be available for you when you reload because you need to push it to the NVRAM. Unless and until you do that, you will not find those things in the next time. Say, for example, it is Andrew here now, whereas in the startup configuration, it is John. I have to copy this Andrew thing, whatever I have configured now, I need to push it to NVRAM. If not, when you reload, it won't be Andrew. It's going to be John because it's going to go to NVRAM on the way, copy everything from there. When I turn off, the DRAM get erased. See, now it's going to be John. Look at this, only John you see. So in this mode, show run, you will not see run and all. There is no command called run because this is a user mode. You type enable, even if it is en, it understands that you are trying to type enable, because when you put question mark after en, there is only one word, one command it knows called enable. So it understands even if you hit enter here, it's okay. It will take it as enable. And now we are in privilege mode. Here I can type show run. John is the host name. Now, next is what? As I told you, this is a privilege mode, but you got only the privilege of seeing everything that is there on this router. You don't have privilege to configure anything. If I want to change the name from John to Jacob, I need to say configure terminal. This is the mode called configuration mode. You see, config. In this mode, I can do some configurations which are global and which are common for this entire router. I can do some configurations that are common for the entire router. I cannot do anything that is specific to a port. I cannot do any configuration that are particular to an interface, a port. But things that are global to this router, I can do it. For example, the name, host name, Jacob, changed. The name changed. Banner. During the login time, I want to see a banner. I want to see a banner whenever someone tries to log in to this device. I would like to uh, put a banner like this inside the quotation. Hello, Erica. Welcome. I want to put this as a banner whenever someone tries to log in the router. They should know that, hey, this is not my router. So only a genuine owner, Marika, knows that, okay, this is mine. Yeah, we are entering into the right one because we got a welcome note there. So I would like to put this as a banner whenever log in, it should show me this. So even by accident, I will not be logging into someone's router because I know my router will have a welcome banner. Some people used to put a warning, oh, you are entering into our premises, so and so dot co company. If you are violating, then we'll be persecuting, something like that. Anyway, this is going to ask only when, this is going to show only when I log into the device. Yeah, let's check. First of all, we have to save this. See, I just went back by typing Control Z, Control button and Z. Or you can type end also or exit also. Now let me save this. Copy, running configuration to start. Now let's exit from here, and it's not asking me any password, so it won't show the banner. It won't show the banner because only during the login time. When did you log in? For the login, you need to set the password, right? So even to set the password, you need to go here. You see, in the configuration mode, only you can set the password. Now this is what called as console. The screen is what called as console. So you need to say line console 0. You remember I showed you the other day the console port. That's the port via which you see the screen. This configuration, the command line, this whole thing is called console. For this console only you want to set the password. If someone wants to see this console, they have to put the password. So go inside the console port. Because it's the single port, 0th port, you need to say 0. If someone is trying to enter through that port, you remember the blue color port that I showed you in the previous class. So when someone tries to log in, they should be asked for a password. And I'm going to say the password is 123. And it needs to be asked during the login time. So put the command login. It's very important. Very important. You have to put this command login, otherwise it won't work. Otherwise the password will not be active during the login time. And now I have activated by typing login. I've said, hey, if someone is logging in, you need to ask for password. And if someone types password 123, then he is genuine. Eh? Now let's go back and say again. I press Ctrl Z to go back and say copy running configuration to start up. Done. Enter. Then exit from here. You see, it says, hello, Marika, welcome. The banner. And now I need to put the password 123. I mean, yeah. This is user mode. Can I see all those configurations that I did? No. See, show running, nothing comes. But when I say enable and then say show running, I can see the name, host name is Jacob. I can see the IP address. I can see even the banner. Don't worry about the C and all. It will come automatically. You don't need to worry about that. This is the password that we have given for the console mode. All right. Now next is what? Next is, you see, we have two interfaces here. And I would like to give an IP address here, 10.0.0.100. And in here, I would like to give 20.0.0.100. How can we give this? You need to go to that interface mode. For example, show IP interface brief is the command. All the show commands will work only in the privilege mode. Don't try show command in the configuration mode. No. In the configuration mode, you can only do configurations. You cannot type show. Show commands are available in the privilege mode. See, right now it is 50-50 given. 10.0.0.50, 20.0.0.50. I'm changing it to 100. You see. For that, first you go to global configuration mode. And then you enter into this interface mode. How? interface F00. You see the difference? This is global configuration mode. This is if config, means interface configuration mode. I'm right now inside the interface if F00. You can type F or you can also type fast Ethernet. The full word, it's your wish. I love to type F because it takes my typing. When I type fast Ethernet, I need to type too many characters. You can also use the tab button to fill the characters. But it's okay to type F and hit enter. Now, I say IP address is 10.0.0.100.255. So this will override the older one. This overrides the older one. The older one was 10.0.0.50. Now, if you go and verify, you will see 100. Likewise, I would like to change on interface F0 slash, see, F or press the tab button. It completes the remaining character. Autofill, it autofills. 0/1, and I can say IP address 20.0.0.100. That's it. Now, if I want to go to the privilege mode, I need to type exit. Instead of that, you can press Control Z, okay? No problem. Now I'm going to type show IP interface brief. I can see that IP address is changed. Yep, we got the IP addresses. Are you comfortable so far? Okay. Then it, okay. Then I'll add one more to today's class. You see, you can telnet to a router, meaning you can see this router right inside this computer. That's called telnet. Telnet means remotely whatever is present, you can bring it down here. Meaning, for example, if I can close my eyes and see your house, then it is telnet. Television. Tele means remote. Vision means things that's seen there. If I can see uh, uh, a mountain sitting in my chair in my room, if I can see mountain, and if I can see those animals moving around, there I see a deer running. I can hear a cuckoo bird singing on the tree, sitting in a tree and singing. Then it is television. All right, I can see the things that are in remote. Likewise, telnet means if you can go to this computer, in this computer, if you can bring that router here, for that you need to know the IP address of the router. This is the IP address of the router. If I can say telnet 10.0.0.100, it says closed by foreign host. You know why? This is that host, the foreign host, which I'm trying to see from there. This guy is not allowing, means this router is not configured to allow this guy seeing. See, have you seen some prophets? They will tell what is happening in your life. It is because you allow them to see. So they see and they tell. When you go close to them to a distance, when they pray, they start telling prophecy about you because you allowed them to enter into your heart, enter into your mind, and see things going on in your life. They start seeing and telling things that are going in your life. That's true, actually. Some people can even come to your house. They've never seen your house, but they can say, in your house, it is there inside this corner, you kept this, you know, all those things, you know. It's all because, you know, they can go inside. Through you, they see that. Because you're allowing that. You're allowing the man of God to help you to see the problem and give a solution. Likewise, if this router needs to be seen in this computer, the router needs to allow it. Let's see how to make the router to allow it. I need to go under line VTY, virtual terminal emulation. Means if someone is virtually willing to see, I'll put 0 here and then I'll say, ask them the password first. If they say this password, then you can allow them to see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's all. Now you go to that PC from here, say telnet 10.0.0.100. This time, it will not say closed by foreign host. It will ask password, you see. Hello, Marika, welcome. So you can see the router down on the PC. And when you put the password correctly, you will be able to see the router. You see, you are seeing the router in a PC, in a computer. A computer has gone into that router and took those command line, those console, and made available here. This is what called as telnet. This is what telnet is. Okay. So how do you enable telnet on the router? Line VTY. And then put a password. This enables telnet service. If someone if someone wants to get inside the router from a computer remote, they can do so. Now, what is the difference between console and this one? For console, you don't need an IP address or a router. You remember in the previous class, I did console from a computer. The teeny tiny font size, you remember? Let me show you once. I can bring a computer and I can connect a console cable. To communicate through a console cable, you no need IP address. You see, I can straight away I can see the console. I no need an IP address to log into this because it's through console. But I told you the console cables are just 2 meters. So it is not remote. It won't be considered as remote. It is local. But this is remote. It can be from London to New York. Someone sitting in London can log into New York's computers, or someone from Kenya can log into India through Telnet. Telnet can travel from long distance, can bring things from very long, very far. But this is console. You see, so we learned how to enable telnet so that anyone can telnet, even this computer. You see, if this computer wants to see telnet, you know why it is not allowing? Because I said, look at this, because I said 0. 0 means zeroth connection, only one person at a time. So because this one is already logged in, the second one is not allowed to log in. See, remote is not responding. What I should do? Either I should exit from here, I exit. See, it is now back to PC. After that, you go here and try now. It will log in. This is something else. Did I put IP address on this PC in the gateway? Oh, we need to put 100 here. You remember I changed the gateways. That's why. Now you see. It's asking the password. Yeah, router. Yep. Yeah. Fine. You see, you are able to see. Now let us put here also the IP address, and then we'll try. From 10, if I try 20, then it needs gateway. Now I'm saying telnet 20.100. It won't allow because only one at a time. See, it says close by foreign host again. The reason is only one, I said. Only one connection. So I'm going to say, no, I want two connections, parallel connections. What should I do? Simple. Instead of line gateway 0, you say 0 to 1, meaning 0 connection and the first connection. And put the password again. Done. Now let's go. See, this is already logged in. Jacob. Now from here also I'm going to log in parallelly. See, it's allowing me this time. Now the third person, if this guy wants to log in, will he be allowed? If this guy wants to log in, will he be allowed? No, because we have put 0, 1. We have only put 0, 1. No, we need to go and change there. So when I say telnet, when I say telnet 10.0.0.100, it says close by foreign host. So if you want this to be allowed, then we have to go there and change to 2, meaning 0, 1, and 2. And password is this. Now if you go back and try, say already this guy is telnetting, and this guy is also telnetting, and now another one can try. See, it's allowing now. So right now what we have configured is parallelly only, not this, parallelly only 3 people can log in. So fourth guy cannot log in. So when there is only 3 engineers in your office, why there is need to be 4? It is good to keep it as low as possible, because if some bad guys tries to log in, this may prevent. Only 3 can be logged in at a time. If all 3 are your employees, when the fourth one comes, it won't allow. Even if he knows the password, he will not be able to, because there is no session available. Only 3 sessions you make it available: 0 to 3, 0, 0 2, 0 and 2, which means 0, 1, and 2. All right. So far we have seen different modes. One is user mode. This is user mode, and when you type enable, even if you don't type full word, it is okay. You can use the tab button to autofill. And if you don't know this For example, just pretend like we don't know the spelling. Put question mark. It will show you all the commands that start with en. And if you want to know what all commands that works in this mode, put question mark. It will show what all commands that are possible. You see, if I want to know what all commands, I just put question mark. These are the commands that are available. I just put what? A question mark. Just a question mark. It will show you. So this help is called as context sensitive help. You see, it shows why it is called as context. It shows why this command is needed. Ping is needed to send echo messages. So we call this as context sensitive help. It shows because it explains what it is. Copy means copy one file to another. Connect, open, terminal. So it explains, log out, exit from the exe mode. It explains what the command means. So context sensitive. Put question mark. You will see commands and their function. Now, when I type enable, it takes me to privilege mode. In this privilege mode, you got privilege of viewing everything, but not configuration. So if you want to configure something, then you need to go from this privilege mode to config mode. So you type config terminal, the complete word, or you can simply put T. Now this will take you to another mode called as config mode. This is what called as config mode. Now in this mode you can do configuration that are global. We created host name, we created banner, hope you remember. And if you want to configure IP address, for example on interface F00, then you say interface F00 and hit enter. Then it will take you to if interface mode. Then you can type IP space address 10.0.0.100 255.0.0.0. So this is interface mode. And also we saw how to put password for the console. For the console, if you want to put password, you need to be in this mode. So when you're in global configuration mode, you type line console 0, hit enter. You will be inside line mode. Put password, and then also don't forget to say login. And we also created banner. At last we did telnet. For telnet, instead of console, you need to type what? BTY. Line BTY. 0 means only one user. 2 means 3 users. 0, 1, and 2. And put the password. Any password. It need not to be the same password. Right. These are the things that we covered in today's class. Kindly go through this video once or twice till you get it. Do some labs, same as I have done. You can give your own host names and passwords and test it. Yeah, we'll stop here.